That's right. The average age of a first-time home buyer last year was 40 years old, according to Realtor.com. Just a few years ago, I did an article that the average age was 33, like 4 years ago. I'm sure that the low interest rates during COVID and the lock-in effect that some people have with those low interest rates is the cause. But let's get into the news of the day on 11/4. Marry the house, date the rate. That's what was being told to everyone. Hi, my name is Kevin Retcher, owner of First Meridian Mortgage. The big news of the week is, yes, the Fed cut last week a second time, and mortgage rates did hit their one-year lows last week. And in correlation to that, a lot of people can save some money. Andrew Schilling's Market Watch article here is talking about on a $512,000 mortgage, 20% down, interest rate of 6.19 versus 5.19. If someone is to refinance, that's a savings of more than $250 a month, right? And over a 30-year period, that can save up to $90,000 over the life of the loan. And that's just one refinance. Keep in mind, many clients are able to do multiple no-cost refis when we're having a downward moving market. So what you want to do is be on someone's radar that actually monitors interest rates on a regular basis and does no-cost refis, so you're not paying every time that you're looking to do a refinance. Also goes on to say, patience is extremely important. Just because you hear the Fed cut rates doesn't mean you automatically pull that trigger. You want to analyze your individual situation and make sure that it makes sense. Doing no-cost refis, taking a slightly higher rate, letting the bank pay your funds often makes a lot more sense when it comes to refinancing. So a couple things. As you can see, the last 5 days, the 10-year Treasury has bounced, and we have gone up ever so slightly. So often this would trend down over the next 2 weeks, but the Fed did announce that December's rate cut was not a guarantee or a foregone conclusion. So now this had dropped to 66% on Friday, and here on Tuesday we're back up to 70% chance of a rate cut in December. A couple other things in the market. This article was very, very interesting that the average age of first-time home buyers has now reached an all-time high of 40. That's right. First-time home buyers' average age is now 40 years old, which is a record high, according to trends on Realtor.com. Okay, so a couple things that was in this article, that the median age of a U.S. home buyer again was 40, and the average move-up buyer, someone that would sell their house and move up, was actually 62, essentially Social Security age. What I feel is truly behind some of that is there might be looking at someone who's actually downsizing, but could be downsizing to a house that actually costs more money, and they're considering that a move-up buyer. So that data might be just a little bit off, but I still found it a little bit disappointing that the average age was 40. As a mortgage broker, I can attest that my average age of a new buyer, first-time home buyer, was not 40. It was actually in the high 20s to lower mid 30s. And I will actually research that data since this just came out, and I might give you an update. The other thing that I did see in an article, Government shutdown begins to bite into the housing market. NAR is going on to say that it's just not in our Washington, D.C. area, where, here we have 11% residents that are employed by the federal government. I think it's much higher than that because we have a lot of contractors too. But there's other markets such like Virginia Beach, Baltimore. All these areas are starting to see some impact, and the flood insurance processing may actually be delayed in some instances. We also had Bassett, who kind of says that the U.S. housing market might be in a recession due to the interest rate policies. Of course, he is on Trump's bandwagon for lower interest rates, so I feel he's falling in line. Nearly 1 in 5 American homeowners slash prices as buyers gain an upper hand in a shifting market, which might become a buyer's market. I see that a little bit more prevalent in some of my contracts that I'm getting recently. And then quick Scotsman's Guide had 5 mortgage trends, higher interest rates, with rates coming down from the higher points. That's causing a little bit of a refinance surge. Home affordability maybe slightly improving with lower rates. Some regulatory changes. CFPB is being downsized by Trump administration. And then the big news will be if and when, I think it's going to happen at some point, that Fannie Freddie go back public with some type of guarantee or a G fee where they get paid a little slice for some guarantee from the government. But that's kind of your market update on 11.4. But I really, really, really do feel that the big news of the day is this chart right here, where we have the average age being 40 for first-time home buyers. That in itself is fairly interesting information if it holds true. I know my book of business, it is a bit younger, but I'm fortunate in that aspect. But if that's the case, we definitely need to work on some of that and educate the consumer that you can buy a home with 3, 5, 10% down, that you don't need to wait till you get to 20% down to be able to buy a home. The key there is to buy a home within your means. And if you're in an area that you can buy a home starting with a 20-year mortgage or a 15-year mortgage, figure out what that price is, buy within that budget stream if you can, and you'll be very happy to have that house paid off in a quicker and more reasonable time. If you're in a big metropolitan area, 30-year fixed might be the only option. If that is the case, the key there is buy the house and then pay attention to the potential opportunities to save a lot of money by doing no-cost refis. You actually can truly cut down that cost of home ownership by being a savvy consumer. My name is Kevin Retcher. I'm the owner of First Meridian Mortgage. If you're looking to do a loan application, you can click on this green button. And if you want to schedule an online appointment, you can just click on the Calendly schedule appointment, and it'll take you to my calendar, and you can schedule an appointment there. The other option that you have is if you're looking for live interest rates. It really is right off of my internal interest rate, that feed that I get from my investors, and it's live pricing. So you just fill out that information and you literally can check interest rates on a regular basis. So that's quite handy for people that are watching the rates. You can also watch the 10-year and just understand that interest rates typically are about 1.5% to 2% above what that 10-year bond level is trading at. So my name is Kevin Retcher, owner of First Meridian Mortgage. If you have any questions, I'm licensed in Virginia, Maryland, and DC. Happy to help you out. And just give me a call. Talk to you soon.